guess that spilled into the next day, and this was probably, lowest of the low. And that next night, I had one visitor, and that sole visitor was my dad. And my dad and I are very close. He's a great dad, but he's a best mate as well. And when we were growing up, we would play Nintendo 64 together. He would do all the levels on Zelda that I couldn't do. He introduced me to Doom. And my dad has run like a digital agency for a long time. So we always had, like the old cubic white Apple computers. You had a HUD, and he got me into tech basically. And I think any, young boy who their dad's their hero, you kind of want to emulate them. So I'm sure there is, subliminal decisions, subconscious things I've done, which have probably led me to maybe the field I'm in, and that's largely probably due to my dad. And we had a conversation, and he knew I was suffering, and he sat there and he inspired me. He basically said, "Look, yeah, you might never ever walk again, and we're gonna have, that's a reality, and it's something we need to accept." But he's going, "I don't think it's impossible, and I think if anyone can do it, it's you." And he made me feel like, I was back on top of the mountain. He made me feel great from feeling so low. And he basically said to me, "Look, you've got to do everything you can over the next couple of years to come back from this, and you need to believe that you're going to do it." Because I wasn't seeing progress. I was feeling sick. I was in pain. The uncertainty was crippling. I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror. I didn't feel like me anymore. I felt like a failure, to be honest with you. When I look back at the journey in hospital and how challenging it was, I think genuinely that night, after how low I was, to then, I guess, vacillate to feeling quite indignant and defiant and feeling like, yeah, right, let's fight this, let's do it. And I think maybe one thing I take pride in is, telling other people that they can't do things and that I'll help them and I'll have the back. And it's probably the only time in my life, or part of an only time in my life, where I needed someone else to reach down and pull me up. So that, in terms of being inspired myself, that is truly a memory that I think I'll always cherish. It was that powerful, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does, definitely. I mean, it's great to you just needed even the smallest amount of inspiration. That's what you needed. He was helping you play those levels in Zelda, and there he was, just to kind of give you that nudge and say, you can do this.
Yeah.
Let's start now. Every little step is a step in the right direction. And that's what you needed. You just needed someone to say, let's do this. And you were like, let's take it on. And I like that. That's exactly what you needed. And that's a really great moment to have that kind of inspiration. It's exactly what you needed at the right time.
Thanks, Peter.